What up, YouTube? It's your boy Banks. And we back in the building, you feel me? It's True Talks. Cause True Talks. Alright, let's get straight right into it. So if you haven't been paying attention, basically the NBA and the MPBA, which is the players union, the players representatives, they have agreed. So basically the players and the NBA, offices and organization, have agreed. Adam Silver and all of them. They've agreed to basically, go with starting the season on December 22nd. Bruh. This is what L8 looks like. So we definitely will be getting Christmas games. Obviously a 1-2 game, then Christmas, for big matchups, marquee matchups, etc. But let's go into basically the details of everything. So if you haven't been paying attention, before they got to this point, it was basically the players were trying to go the route of starting after Christmas, after the New Year, right? Because again, the finals just ended, October, just basically like mid-October, second week of October, the Lakers and Miami just finished, game 6. There's just a champion. So the last NBA game was played basically October 11 or around there. I don't know the exact date. And then now they're going to start the season December 22nd, which is basically a month. It's not too long, right? Let's see the actual, around a month and a little bit, right? So you have it, basically it's going to start that quickly. And normally they have a good couple months off, obviously, right? So, you have it where, October 11th was the last date. So you have it where it's going to be a month, 2 months, 2 months and a little bit, over 2 months and a little bit, right? So you'll have 2 months and like 2 weeks off, and then you start the season again. And that's not something that's ideal players perspective wise, because it's obviously, we've played, we've done this, we haven't, because again, you got to understand, it's 2 months, 2 weeks before they actually play an NBA season game. But then the guidelines of the actual starting the season on the 22nd is that training camp will be December 1st. So you basically do get only a month and a bit off, right? Then you have the training, and they have to obviously work themselves into shape before training camp. So it's basically a month off. Then you're back in the gym, you're back working out, etc. So, obviously from the players' end, it's like, we don't want to do that. We want to rest, because it's not just selfishly to rest for their own sake. It's also, they're looking at it as we're helping y'all in the future, because us resting means the less chance of injury. The more chance and the more risk to get injured. Now you're looking at it where it's going to affect the business money, because less viewers is going to affect how many people not come out physically to watch the games, but come to their TV and tune into it, especially when you have it where it correlates with football season and other things, right? So with the NFL, so you don't want to just lose viewership. You know what I'm saying? So that in itself is going to basically look like, we don't want to risk that. We don't want to, be tight and stuff like that, and just not be in shape, but not be rested enough to actually go ahead and perform at a high level where the games are just high intense. You can run into the risk of load management, all these type of things where the players are like, let's go with the other route where we get a couple extra month off, and we actually would start after January, which means we would resume at maybe the beginning of January or the end of December. We will resume our actual workout process and training camp, etc. So from that perspective, obviously I get it from the players' end, and you could hear them out and be like, what? Yes, that's obviously ideal. We yes, this, that, and the third. But what now gets lost and the context gets removed is that's isolated. But at the end of the day, you have to incorporate the business side of things, right? Which is why ultimately they did agree. You have to incorporate the fact that business has been lost due to the pandemic. Now that the fact that they actually resumed the bubble, they've got some money back, right? A lot of money back, but they still have lost some money. So the difference between starting after, what MLK Day or around, in January, mid-January, late January, and opposed to, starting before Christmas is one, the main marquee, most draw game where you're the only sports team basically playing, which has always been big revenue for the basketball league and NBA, is Christmas Day games. I don't think any other teams really play like that. Maybe other leagues do play, but NBA draws a lot of attention on Christmas Day games. You're everyone's family. You turn on, and sports and family normally go hand in hand. You know what I mean? Family. Obviously, it's a pandemic, so you can't have a big party, but you can still have probably 10 or less, or people will still find a way to be with their families, right? Even if it's just your own immediate family, it's still a gathering. You're not eating in your rooms or whatever. You're all chilling together. And then you turn on the NBA games, right? So that's just a family type of thing that you naturally normally do, right? And even if you don't do it as a family, you're just apt to see high intense, even if it's not high intense, just good marquee matchups, Celtics versus this, Lakers, Clippers, like big games on Christmas Day. That's why the best teams, the best stars, the best superstars play on that day. It's just, it's just for business, and it's good revenue in terms of the networks, which obviously you have to remember, it's the networks and the NBA. The networks are in bed with the NBA is in bed with the networks. That's how they got that billion or whatever the high money that they got paid from the networks, the NBA have got as a revenue source. And then that also helps the, the salary cap for the league. So all these things go hand in hand. So when you look at it from that perspective, definitely the NBA is like, yo, we don't want to miss Christmas Day games. You know what I'm saying? And not just only that, you're missing Christmas Day games, which is a bulk of the revenue, which, and then you also are going to miss a chunk of games from December 22nd up to whenever you start in MLK, right? January, mid-January, and January. That's what, 12 games they said, basically from 72 game season to a 60 game season. That's also revenue, right? That's also, television, televised especially with the networks. That's also network revenue. It all goes hand in hand. So obviously from the business side, it makes sense. So they were saying that they will probably lose around 500 million to $1 billion just from literally starting it from December 22nd, starting it from January, whatever it was, to December 22nd. That 1 month or couple weeks literally changes a whole bulk of money in terms of revenue. So you already know that the NBA is going to push for that. And then not only that, now individually for the players, so it's like, oh, we don't care about that shit. Okay, you don't. But now you're going to make 40% less than you would normally make. It's going to affect your salary. So whatever you ask for. Now, if it affects your salary, now the salary gets removed so much. Now they could actually just, disregard the whole bargain agreement and renegotiate it now with less salary. So now all the things you guys have been working for in terms of players union, in terms of players individual, type of rights and all that type of stuff, now money wise will be decreased. And you know how hard and far the NBA, especially the players union, all that has come a long way, especially in terms of money and the more, things they could do and the more control they have, all that type of stuff. So that's why you hear old players like, I wish I played in this era, right? Like that's going to be, everything's going to be changed in effect. Like it's too much damage from just literally 12 games and a month. That's why eventually, that's why they knew it was inevitable. Normally business is always going to win. When you tell a man, oh no, we ought to pay you. It's the same thing when they boycotted a game. Now it's like, oh, okay, if you don't play, you just keep boycotting, you're not getting this money. Mans are just going to go, we go with it, right? So normally money trumps all at the end of the day, no pun intended, right? So when we look at it from that perspective, it's just, again, the viewers, the NBA, maybe not the players, but the viewers, the NBA, all of this, everyone's more amped and in unison with, let's start December 22nd, man. And then if you look at it from the flip side, majority of y'all are not playing in the finals till October 11th. So let's look at the trajectory. One, the season stopped at March. So y'all had every man, before they actually started the bubble, every man had 4 months off? Because the bubble was started, when was it? August? You know what I mean? And June or whatever. So you had bare time off. So imagine, you normally have a season and you got cut off for 4 months. So you got your off season that you normally get, you already had already. So you can't look at it from that perspective. Any other time you get off now is supposed to be a bonus because you already had 4 months off. So now when you add this 2 months plus 4 months or a month and a half or whatever, that's 5 months, almost 6 months off collectively. And not everybody was in the bubble. So those guys been off. Then a whole chunk of y'all, 22 teams came, right? 16 teams made it, so 6 teams left. So they only play a couple weeks in the bubble or a month or whatever, and they've been off. Then now each round, teams are leaving. So in the playoffs. So you got to look at it from that perspective. Regardless, 4 months and then now 2 months. Some people have just had straight 6 months. Straight, you know what I mean? So it's like, you got to look at it from that perspective. It's only one man, one team, like the Lakers and the Heat, that would be complaining and they're older, and it makes sense. LeBron makes sense to play after. So now, does LeBron load manage? You don't know. But at the end of the day, he has every right to feel like, you know what, yo, I need rest. I'm different than all of y'all. You know what I mean? I'm the face of the league. I'm this. You know what I mean? I'm the finals MVP. I'm the one who resurgent, everything. And now it's like other teams are coming back. They have doubt against me. I want to repeat. I don't want to be hindered. I don't want to play in it, growing because I'm fatigued, and you know, I rush back and whatever, and then it affects, and now I don't back to back, or I don't not in a position to at least properly defend the back to back, stuff like that. So I get it in terms of marketing from his perspective, playing from his perspective, you know, from LeBron's perspective as the face of the league, and you know, the GOAT and all this resurgent, and you know, can we make it? You know, the path to the fifth ring and all that type of stuff, right? Which is valid. So we get it from that perspective. That's one man. And I know a lot of y'all, one man is enough because the bulk of the revenue is from the one man, especially if you're Bron, like the cult, you Bronsexuals, etc. But you got to look at it. There's a lot of, you know, KD's coming back. KD's been healthy. He's been sitting there. John Wall, Kyrie, the list goes on. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, again, them coming back is hella crucial. And it makes sense why they eventually agreed to MPBA, which is the players union, players representatives, the players agreeing with the NBA that they were going to come back. Because again, they had two paths. They had a path of December 22nd. You get 72 regular season games, and the season ends mid-May like normal, right? And then the finals will finish around July 22nd. This is literally normal. Well, the regular season normally ends mid-April, but they would do it that way. And not only that, you know what I'm saying? That's just a positive. Now, if you look at the second route, January 18th start, which is what they were looking at, 60 games. Regular season ends in June. Finals ends around August 21st. And that's going to affect with the Olympics. So now you're losing money even in that time too with your finals. You're competing against Olympics. So it's just, you know, it doesn't make any sense. Now that's going to also affect how short, like the more you drag out the season to where it doesn't end where it normally would end, the less off season you're going to always end up having. So you want to correct it and get back to a regular season, a regular kind of path again. That's what you want to get back to. You want to get things back to being normal and not irregular. So you finishing closer, even though it's a couple, whatever month or weeks off that you normally would finish, right? Like July 22nd or whatever. And now you're getting back to the regular draft and this and this and that and regular off season, going back October and all that type of stuff, September training camp. So you now ending, again, taking the second round, end in August, you're going to go back to, if they start October, it's only a month again. You're the same complaints. And you're going to have to keep doing the same, push the season back, and then, you know, it's going to be harder to regulate the schedule back to normal, right? So this is just a good way, especially you trying to make it back to regular later down the line without a pandemic. So you had a normal season, then now a shortened off season that you're already complaining about when you've already had 4 months off is only going to be even worse on your bodies. It's only going to be even worse complaints. Like, you might as well take the L here, you know what I'm saying, when you've already had 4 months. You're already now going to have 2 months. It's not, obviously it's bad, but it's not as bad as a different route or, you know, doing it later. This is the time, right, to make the season and the schedule back to regular. So again, they agreed. Now it's for sure that the season is going to start December 22nd. The logistics of every single, you know, we know when the draft is in November, and then obviously right after that we don't know. They're discussing right now when exactly free agency is going to be. It's going to be either after that. Some of them want it to start before, you know, soon, and then the free agency, and then from there on, and then training camp and etc. And then, you know, get back into the groove. So that's something that's great. The season is back. We already know there's a lot of stories that's going to be happening this season. This season is going to be an epic season, man. Obviously, now there's still issues of they want to find out if they could have a limited amount of fans. They're looking at the suite holding up to 25 or 50% capacities in the suites. So at least you can hear the cheering. That's hella far up. You won't even see them OD. So, you know what I mean? And then also some states or some regions are looking at it where you can actually bring maybe 500 fans or like a limited amount of fans so they can come there. They're looking at the proceedings, how to go about that, right? Toronto's also still figuring out whether they stay home or they go to Kansas City to host, because obviously you can't crossing the border in terms of COVID, with traveling. All this type of stuff is going on. So we'll get more information and get more clarity onto what's going on, but there's a lot of things up in the air. Again, the storylines for this season, you got KD, Kyrie coming back, which is just beautiful. You know what I mean? Oh, man, I just have high, like just seeing them coming back and just seeing what Elite looks like. Like, I can't wait, man. John Wall coming back. You got Cousins obviously trying to make his resurgence. There's so many storylines, so many things happening. You got the draft, where's LaMelo going, all these type of stuff, right? You got the Warriors coming back with Steph Curry, Clay. You know what I'm saying? Can they get back? Andrew Wiggins going to be HB 2.0. All this type of stuff. What moves do they make? You know what I mean? You got a lot of things happening, right? You just got a lot of things happening. You got the Lakers. Obviously, you got the Clippers. What are they going to do? You know what I mean? You got the Raptors. Like, there's so many things coming up, especially with this free agency. Then just the season itself, just the stories, the game within the games, seasons within the seasons, matchups within matchups. You know what I mean? All that type of stuff. It's just going to be elite. Man, it's just going to be elite. Just the fact KD, Kyrie coming back alone just already has me like, bro, those are the last two guys with the biggest shots of the finals. The last three finals before, Kawhi finals and then this LeBron finals with the Lakers. But the three ones before that, bruh, Kyrie killing, game winner type of thing. KD killing, momentum, game winner. KD kill, like, it's just now they're on the same team. Like, people don't understand, man. They don't understand. Anyways, you already know it's True Talks, because True Talks. Share, like, and subscribe. You already know. Let me know if y'all are happy with this December 22 start date in the comment section, or if you wanted that January 18 start date. Do you fear players might get injured, or the whole beginning of the whole season is like, oh my God, load manage all the way to January. Like, are they gonna finesse like that? How do you feel? Should we just have waited? What do you think? You know what I'm saying? You already know. Share, like, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. You already know. I will put in the description. You know what I mean? I'll give y'all my my Twitch. I will be going on Twitch for y'all who are in tune. You already know the PS5 and the Xbox One X. I think the Xbox One X, this video should come out, when the Xbox One X comes out or Series X comes out. I will be going on Twitch. You already know. For y'all who play 2K and know I've been doing 2K before, I will be going on Twitch and be doing more 2K now with this next generation of console. So I'll be adding that as well to this channel as much as I can, as still doing NBA season, Raptors videos, Clippers, all that stuff regularly. But for y'all who are on the sticks, you know what I'm saying? You want to see what Elite looks like, you already know, tune into your boy. I'll put my Twitch in the description. You can click that. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, you know what I'm saying? Follow me on all my socials. This is what Elite looks like. You already know we grinding and we still grinding. We out here. There's no doubt here and there's no drought here. You feel me? Like, again, share, like, and subscribe. When you subscribe, click the notification bell so you know when I'm here, because I'm here. You already know, man. And I'm out.